Whether we're on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, we've all seen adorable kids pitching products. But who's cashing in on those cuties? Well, all too often, it's not the children.
Now, a new law here in Illinois may have you thinking twice about what you post online. It's the first of its kind in the country, and as Elaine Quijano shows us new at 10, it's all because of one brave high schooler.
Childhood images used to exist mainly in scrapbooks.
Here's our family morning routine.
But what was once private is now often very public.
Today we have a super exciting unboxing.
Spread across social media and increasingly used by influencers to make money.
Okay.
Shreya Nalomothu, a high school junior from Normal, first noticed that kid-centered content a couple of years ago.
We're giving Carl away to somebody else.
Some posts made her cringe.
Yeah, so
others made her angry.
As an April Fool's prank, this family told their daughter that they were giving away their dog.
We feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house.
And naturally, she started crying and they uploaded that online.
Come here. What's the matter?
She began wondering how all that attention affected the kids in the videos.
It started to bother me how sometimes these parents would film their children without their consent or in very vulnerable moments and positions and just upload it on the internet for anyone to see.
So the then 15-year-old started researching for a class report.
And what did you find out?
I found out that cases of exploitation in terms of child influencing are a lot more widespread than people think, and child influencers make a lot more money than people think. It's a very lucrative industry.
She decided her state senator, Dave Kaler, should know what she found.
How did you come to be interested in this issue?
She wrote some letters to legislators and said, you know, this is a class project we're doing. I'm concerned about this issue.
Senator Kaler on Senate Bill 1782.
The reason this is an important bill.
Kaler introduced a bill requiring children under 16 be paid a share of any proceeds if they appear in at least 30% of content created by an adult in a 30-day period. If children don't get paid, they can sue to get their share of the profits earned. Shreya testified before lawmakers in Springfield.
Senate Bill 1782 is declared passed.
Afterwards, the bill passed the House and Senate unanimously. Illinois is now the first state in the country to have a law protecting child influencers.
But we're saying, okay, if you're going to do this, we've got to create some parameters on this. We've got to create some protections. If you're going to use your children who may or may not be willing, participants in this, we've got to protect their economic interests so that when they become an adult, they have something to show for all their efforts.
It's an issue Hitha Palapu has tackled on her own. As a mom, entrepreneur, and influencer in New York City,
A smoothie and some silly time.
She learned early on what gets the most views online.
How lucrative is content that has children at the center of it?
It is my best engaged content when my children are in even an organic picture or a reel, and that's why I take such care in what I actually share.
Her sons have been featured in posts sponsored by big-name brands like Pampers and The Gap, earning tens of thousands of dollars. And while New York State doesn't require it, she set aside a share of the earnings for them from the start.
I think there needs to be protections for children, especially when money is on the table and there's financial gain being generated from their likeness. Mornings are chaotic enough with kids.
Now her sons are 8 and 4, and Palapu and her husband have given them the choice to decide whether to share their stories. They've opted out, a decision Palapu says she understands.
How would I feel if I was 13 years old and I Google my name and I see certain details about me shared on the internet that have been read by thousands, hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people? How would that make me feel?
Figuring out how to protect privacy in the future is the next issue Senator Kaler says Illinois lawmakers are considering.
We want to be able to give the ability of a person to say, I want this video removed because it was not done with my consent at that point. And we have to figure out a way to legally do that and to technologically do that.
For Shreya Nalomothu, compensating kids represents a good first step.
Do you think there should be a federal law to address this?
Absolutely, I hope so. Child influencing isn't just something that happens in Illinois. It happens all across the country, and I hope that kids not in Illinois will someday be able to enjoy these protections too.
ensuring kids have a say and something to show for their time in the social media spotlight. Elaine Quijano, CBS News, Chicago.
The family at the center of the dog video did eventually apologize and reiterated it was only an April Fool's Day prank.